So today we're going to be talking about how we can decipher words and tricks from the back of a book in the first page to help us know whether it's something we'd like to read and is it the right level for us. So let's take a look at the back description of a book I pulled here. On the top they've got a hobbit, which I'm not really sure what that is right off the bat, so we'll come back to that. Let's see, reading in. A wizard Gandalf came with a band of dwarves, and the word wizard and dwarves helps me know that not only is it not nonfiction, it must be fiction, but that because of the words wizard and dwarf, it's probably a fantasy novel, which I do like, but I want to know a little more, so let's keep going to read that. All right, so he was drawn into their quest. That definitely is a key word that tells me something right there. Maybe it's fantasy, but it might also be an adventure tale. The word like quest. Let's keep reading. I already know a lot. Facing evil orcs, I'm not really sure what that is. Savage wolves and giant spiders. Those are a lot of things we've got going on here. A lot of different adventures, so maybe even on top of fantasy and adventure, we can write epic here. It sounds like there's a lot going on in the story. But I like what I'm reading so far. Finally, it was Bilbo, that must be the name of the main character there, unaided, who had to confront the great dragon Smog. So it looks like we got a little bit of a hero in here too. The book sounds good, but I think I want to know a little more before I go ahead and commit. I don't know if this is the right book for me. So let's go ahead and we would open up and read that first page and see how that looks. What I've done is I've copied the first page down here, make it a little bit easier. Let's do that. Let's see what we read. All right, the title of the first chapter does not seem like it fits with a fantasy adventure epic, an unexpected party. Okay, I'm going to put a little question mark in my head there. I wonder what they're talking about. So I'm reading the beginning. Let's see. Ground lived a hobbit. It talks about where he lives. Talk about a hole. A lot of sensory details. Oozy smell, the texture of it dry, bare. Here at the end I see a hobbit hole. I still don't know what a hobbit is though, but that it means comfort. So I like that. So we've got a hobbit here who from the back sounds like he's going to be a hero, but maybe that's not what he normally does. So I still like what I'm reading. Let's go ahead and keep going and see what else we can come across. So let's see. Go into more detail. Perfectly round or like a porthole. I don't hear that word very often, so I'm going to underline that in case I need to look that up. Painted green with shiny yellow brass knob. Goes on to continue describing. The door opened into a tube-shaped hall like a tunnel. Very comfortable tunnel without smoke, with paneled walls and floors tiled and carpeted. Wow, again, a lot of sensory detail, a lot of imagery. Tube-shaped hall. I feel like I can picture myself walking through this house as he's describing it. The hobbit was fond of visitors. Okay, so we know something else about this guy. Apparently he's a social butterfly who becomes a hero. I really am liking the sound of this main character. I think this might do it for me. But let's keep reading just in case. We haven't read that much yet. Many little round doors opened out. Now going upstairs. Hobbits don't have upstairs, okay. Bedrooms, bathrooms, ceilings, pantries, and wardrobes. I don't hear that word a lot, so I'm not really sure, but here he actually tells me right what it means. So we'll underline that word again since it's a newer way of using that word for me. The best rooms were on the left-hand side, were the only ones that had windows. Again, continuing with that imagery and the sensory details, looking out over his garden and meadows, sloping down the river. So I was able to deduce a lot from this. We've got a lot of sensory detail that this author likes to use. You can hear a lot of the imagery and sights and sounds here. So from looking at the back description and the first page, I think this might be a great book for me. It's got a couple of challenging words, so it pushes my vocabulary a little bit, but it doesn't slow down my reading or my comprehension of what's actually going on. So I think I'm going to go out and pick up this book because I was able to figure out that it's something that I'm both going to enjoy and is going to challenge me enough.